Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a super simple vegan tiramisu. Now, something you may not know about me is that I used to work in a professional vegan kitchen for a few years. Maybe one of these days I'll share this story with you. But earlier this week I suddenly had this craving for one of the recipes that we used to make, and that was a dessert recipe, tiramisu. Whenever I get a craving for something, first thing I do is check if I have all the ingredients, and thankfully I had all the ingredients at home to make this, and I'm really excited to share it with you. Now, as you know, tiramisu is an Italian dessert made up of layers of sponge, cream, and the sponge is usually soaked in some kind of coffee liqueur. And so today I'm just going to be showing you a super budget, super simple way of making your own vegan tiramisu at home that is absolutely delicious. So what I'm going to do is just run through all the ingredients that go into making the tiramisu, and then I will just show you how I assemble it. So of course you need a sponge layer, and I've already pre-made my basic vanilla sponge. I have a recipe for this on my website, and I'm going to actually leave a link to this in the description below, so you can go check it out. I recommend making your sponge at least a day or two before you want to make the tiramisu. And leave it in the fridge as well, because what that does is it helps the structure to harden a little bit, so when you soak it with the coffee, it doesn't get mushy and it doesn't disintegrate. Okay, so that's a sponge layer, and speaking of coffee, I have myself a mug of cooled down coffee, quite concentrated, and I haven't used anything fancy. I've just used instant coffee. But if you're a coffee connoisseur and you use freshly ground, then by all means go ahead and do that. But really, instant coffee works just as well. You just want to make sure that the coffee is quite concentrated, which means low amount of water with a relatively high proportion of the coffee granules itself. So you end up with almost like a syrupy consistency. I like my coffee strong. I like the flavor of the coffee strong in my tiramisu, so I've made mine sort of extra potent. And then next element of the tiramisu is the cream, and for that I've used coconut cream. This, which I've also pre-prepared, is just a tin of coconut milk refrigerated at least for 24 hours, and what happens is the fat separates from the liquid, and what you want to do is to scoop out the fatty part of the coconut, and that's your cream. And to that I've just added a little bit of sugar to sweeten it, but you can also use natural syrups as well. So to top off the tiramisu, you just need a little bit of cocoa powder to sprinkle over the top. I like using quite dark cocoa powder, and I find that the acidic notes of that really complement the coffee, and also just visually it makes the dessert look extra special. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be assembling my tiramisu in this little glass here. Of course, with a cake this size you can do a whole tray bake, and that would be particularly great if you're taking it to a potluck or if you're entertaining large crowds of people. But these are also really nice if you just want an individual one, or if you sort of want to make singular portions for your dinner guests. Yeah, I think it looks really effective, and then you get to see all the different layers as well through the glass. So those are the elements. As you can see, nothing super out of the ordinary, but when you put it all together it is absolutely delicious. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do so, and leave a comment below if you're going to try this recipe, or if you have your own vegan tiramisu recipe. I would love to hear about it as well. But without further ado, let's get on with assembling our tiramisu vegan dessert. hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy this tiramisu. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!